This video is about Access databases. All right, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have named your file correctly by going to Save As and then saving it to where you want it and making sure the name is correct and hitting Save. All right, in this database, you do have a table already created. It is for identification only. So we need to create our own table, and we're going to do the new table by designing it in the datasheet view. So first thing, create table. It is in the datasheet view. We're going to click up here on the top. Okay, we're going to go ahead and name this teacher ID by, I'm going to click into there and actually just go over and put teacher in front of the ID. Okay, I can go now, drop the arrow down. You can see that after you have your data, this arrow would allow me to come in and do some other things like sorting and filtering if I wanted to. I'm going to go to the next one and add a short text, and this one is going to be first name. The next one, short text again, last name. Next one I'm going to do is degree. Whoops, left out my D. Degree. Okay, and with degree, I'm going to do a, let's see, I will do the short text again. All right, so remember that if you are in an older version, you may not have short text, you'll have text, and that's fine. I still have degree. Next one I'm going to do is going to be school. So I'm going to do short text again and do school. And the last one I'm going to do, this one is actually a date. And I'm going to call that one hire date. All right, so I have now have the fields named. And I'm going to go and add one row of data to test it. Okay, now in here, I have a new field. If you have done that, the one thing that you want to do, if you go to type into it and it won't let you, is that you may have like an auto number or something like that on there. And our data requires that we actually enter our own field information. And so we're going to have to check that and see if it's on auto number. So I want you to go over into the design view. We're going to name this table, and we're going to call this table teacher, and click OK. And you'll notice that's what's happening. The first one was automatically by default the auto number. We're going to change that, and we're going to do a short text with that. All right, while we're here, we'll check and see what these things are and make sure they're correct. And everything did well except the degree looks like it defaulted back to date and time, which is not what I wanted for those. It needed to be a short text. So I can edit it to short text. Hire date is date and time, which is fine. All right, let's go back then, save it. And we now have what we need to begin entering our data. Let's try it, 55-5310. Works fine. We move to the next one. We'll do Doug, Upgrave. Degree is a BA. School, Lewis and Clark. College. Hire date is 4/21/2012. All right, and we could go to the next row if we were ready to. Now, you would continue on, add all the data. Once you've added all the data that you have available to you, then you're going to go ahead and also you're going to add data from another database. So what you would do to add data from another database is open that database up. You're going to go to it. It's the support database. Make sure you do copy it. So you select it. Okay, you're going to do a Control C after you've selected that data, then come back to this database, okay, and you're going to put your mouse into the next row after you've entered all your data, not just one row. This is just a sample, but after you've entered it all, and then you're going to take your data in and you're going to paste it in. So make sure to select your data, and then you're going to go back to the database and you're going to paste your data into this particular database that way. Alrighty, so I'm going to make sure to select my data. And then I'm going to paste it. Okay. Now, once I've did that, make sure to get over on the column because once you have it in there, you want to be able to paste the whole thing in. So I'm going to say there, you're about to paste 7 records. That is what I wanted to do. So then I can say yes. So I'm going to say no, though, because I want to do it one more time. Make sure you go over to your database, select your data, copy it, then come back over here to your table that you want to paste it in. Make sure that you've got the thing selected. Okay, and once you have that selected in there, then I can go over here now and hit paste, and I can say yes, and I pasted those records into this table. All right, next thing, resize the width of the column. Okay, you know how to do that, but we'll go ahead and go to the school column, and we're going to resize that width to 20.375. We're going to now close this table. I'm going to go to create, and I'm going to create a query, and I'm going to use that simple query wizard again. And in this one, I'm going to do first name, last name, hire date by changing it to teacher. I'm going to do the first name, last name, and the hire date. Okay, and then I'm going to finish, and I have a query. I'm going to close that. The next thing I'm going to do is use the form tool to create a form. So under create, I'm going to go to forms, and when it says there, instead of just going in there, you're going to go ahead and you'll also see that you have more forms available in there. Okay, so that does give you other options as well. Okay, and you have here your form design, so you can actually click on there and create a blank one if you wanted to. But the easiest way, of course, to come over there and be able to create a form is just go ahead and click on the form wizard. Okay, and we're going to do one for the teacher table. So just click on teacher, select everything, go ahead and hit finish, and you have created a form. Next thing we're going to do is a report. So we'll go to create. Okay, and we're going to close this form. We go over to our report wizard. Okay, and we do the same thing. With the report wizard, and we're going to change it to teacher, and we're going to select everything. And if we hit finish, it will go ahead and create it. Now, if we want to change the name, you can do it two ways. You can just hit finish and come back and rename it, or you could go through the next and just get to the end and you could change it there. So in this one, I'm going to change this to teacher list right here in the wizard and hit finish. Okay, so I have my report and I'm going to close that. Now on this one, I actually wanted my form to be called teacher info. So I'm going to do a right click on top of it. I'm going to do rename, and I'm going to call it info. Click out of it, and it's now what I wanted it to name. All right, last thing I'm going to do is compact and repair. I'm going to file. I'm going to hit compact and repair. That's completed, and I've now completed this project.